I just got back from a really long weekend of fishing and we had an absolute blast. If you didn't see the video from yesterday, definitely go check it out, where we ended up catching a 52.5-inch muskie and about 14 walleye. The biggest one was 28 inches, and on average, I would say they're somewhere around 24 to 25 inches. It was an absolute blast. But anyways, today, we're set up here, and if you're looking right in front of us, what you're gonna see is a tripod that we set up. The reason we set up this tripod is because this is an excellent spot for some bighorn. Plus, I spotted two absolute massive rams that came right out here to drink. Now, they're both max weight and max score estimate, so it's gonna be pretty cool. This tripod is set up within 30 yards away from where they should come out. In fact, there's one right there. Look at the size of that ram. 164 minimum to 196, and he is a max weight ram. That thing is ginormous. I don't know where he came from, but all of a sudden I just saw him walking around there. Well, in a little bit, he should be coming down right to here. Oh, another thing I wanted to talk about is last night I caught the biggest largemouth bass I've ever caught on the river in my life. And I've only ever caught one before that, so it really didn't mean that much. But the fact that this thing was almost 18 inches means a lot. Only one I've ever caught was like maybe 12 or 13 inches. And that was probably 6 or 7 years ago. Last night, this thing absolutely just slammed my bait. So my dog was sitting there. He was actually trying to come to get a drink of water near the river, but he likes to do that sometimes. And I was kind of yelling at him, telling him to stay. But before I knew it, I hear this huge splash, like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I was like, that's right in front of where I just casted. So I reel up my line a little bit and I feel tension, set the hook, and it just went zzz. Oh my God, it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna make a video on that, or at least like the ending of that. Well, perfect timing. We just got eyes on a bighorn sheep coming out here. Of course, it's not the one that we want, but he should be taking the same path as this one very soon. Looks like they're gonna come out a little further than what I was hoping, but somewhere around 40 yards is definitely doable. Especially if we put the sight on the recurve bow as well. 50 yards right there. Yeah, I actually could go for that shot. But like I said, that's not the one that we're after. Whoa, holy, this black bear just snuck in 30 yards away from us. Where the heck did he even come from? That is awesome. I actually might take a shot on him if I get one. Not if he does that. Wait, but maybe. Oh, shot right over the top of him. Did he even... Hold on a second. We're gonna switch out to the 600s. And we might be able to pull off this shot. What's he gonna do? Oh, got him! Don't even know where the heck we hit, but we definitely got him. All right, well, this guy just showed up again for the second time. Now, last time we could have taken a shot at him, but he's not the big one. However, it's still pretty cool to see another sighting of this ram. Now, all we gotta do is wait for the giant. And I honestly don't know where he'd even be coming from at this point, because he should, well, at least he came from over there before. There's a muley doe. A couple of bison. So I guess maybe he's gonna follow this one. Now, I'm not saying we'd pass this one up, because that is definitely a good sized ram, but he's just not the one that we want. But that is, oh my God, there's the giant ram right there, 60 yards away. He came back to the exact same spot, except for this time we're sitting here waiting for him. And we actually can't even see him because he's tucked behind those trees. So we're gonna have to be pretty patient here and wait for him to step out. Well, normally he would have stepped out by now, but for some reason he's being extremely cautious and not wanting to move behind that spruce tree. We can see his horns there and you can kind of see half of his body there, but it's still not good enough for a shot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for a shot on this one at 54 yards away, and then hopefully the big ram steps out. Gonna be kind of cool because we're zeroed in for 43. We're gonna have a little bit of drop, but I'm thinking if we hold it right there. Oh, got him a little high. Nope, smoked him. Smoked him. Absolutely just smoked that ram. Oh my god, what a shot. And it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly. He's stepping out there at 60 yards away. Look at the size of that ram. Oh my god. All right, now we just gotta wait till he slows down. He gives us a shot. Right there, we got him at 59. Now we could hold for 60 on the heart. The other one just showed up. No way. No way. The other one just showed up. Look at the size of this one. 164 to 196. So this one doesn't quite have as high of an estimate, but he does have more of a curl back. And this one has more of a wide curl. And he's a giant as well. They're both pretty much exactly 60 yards away. So at this point, it pretty much doesn't really matter which one we take. But I would like to make an awesome shot and potentially be able to get both of them. All right, so we got a perfect win for this one at 64. And this one is 59. But he's maybe a little bit thicker. But this one is exactly 65 yards. So that means we can use our 60-yard pin and go for a shot. Well, now he's not 65 anymore. Now he's actually even closer. However, if he gets close to the 50-yard mark, then we could for surely take him. Not at 58. Now they're exactly the same distance apart. All right, he's actually walking kind of broadside. I was hoping he'd walk more towards us. He's exactly in the same spot. He's still 59 yards, except for at this point here, he's perfectly broadside. We are not passing up this opportunity. Now 59 yards, we're zeroed for 65. So if we hold right on the heart, and if his neck wasn't bent back like that. Oh, what a shot! We just freaking smoked him. Wow, that was awesome. Holy. Now we can wait for this guy to turn broadside, and he's gonna be pretty much exactly 65 yards away. Now notice how he keeps looking up, trying to smell the air. He's trying to catch our scent, but the reality is the wind is blowing opposite. The wind is blowing right towards us. So he, unfortunately, can't smell us. Now he's just leaning back, scratching his back there. And eventually, when he calms back down, he should keep on easing his way towards us. Yeah, he's going to be less than 20 yards. Now, if he doesn't come closer, that's fine. Because we could still go for a 25-yard perfect hard shot. Basically, if we held for 20, what is it, 24? He's less than 20 yards away right there. That's exactly where we want him. Don't turn around, don't turn around. Now, just turn back a little more broadside, and we'd have a shot. Not a Texas hard shot, preferably. Yeah, that's not quite gonna cut it. Can't even believe he just turned around. There's a chance we could catch a lung from this angle. Even better. Even better. He's 30 yards away right there. Oh my god, we just smoked him. No, we shot low. We shot low. We definitely got the highest estimate scoring one, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. Alright, but he was right here. It wasn't even a vital hit. I'm curious about that one. I really am. However, this is the giant 168. We got a double lung shot at 59 yards. And he weighed 300 pounds. Absolutely smoked that thing. Wow. Whew. What a ram. What a ram. Now, I'm curious what the other one's gonna score. But if this thing scored 168, then maybe the other one will score 180. Right here, got a spine lung shot at 55 yards. We actually did get a little bit higher, but it's still a gold, 159. I knew it was gonna be a decent one, but I didn't think he'd be that big. Wow, very cool. And a heck of an awesome bonus. All right, now we gotta figure out where this ram went and track it down. We got blood here, but it's not good. Well, we just got him down to 0%, so he's really not going to be going too much further than this, but at least we did finally get the percentage down. And now hopefully he's going to be right down here. Whoa, there's a bison there. Right on top of us here. And there's our ram. Now we can find out how much we didn't mess up. A giant 175. Oh my god. Yeah, he was bigger. Oh, we dropped low. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. That should have been a heart shot. What the absolute heck? How do you go below the lung and the heart when it's touching the lung? It's literally touching the lung. What happened to broadheads in this game? What is this? What? If we would have held top of the spine, we would have centered lung perfectly. Still a giant. Look at the spread on the horns on that thing. My god, is that a huge ram. 175. We've still not broken 180 yet, but don't worry. We'll keep a lookout. For now, that is quite impressive. Right there. Well, we got to our second spot here, and it was actually a really prime location until all of a sudden the mule deer just got all spookish. Well, that's because these guys decided to show up. However, we're going to take advantage of this. We got a real nice level 7 male gray wolf right there, and he's 80 yards away. We're going to see if we can't pull off this shot. Whew. It's going to be tough. But it's got potential. It was a hit. I don't know how good. Oh my god, what an epic shot. He's going down already. Holy, that was a perfect shot. That right there was the perfect shot. We smoked him so good that he didn't go 50 yards and piled over right there. Now we're going to find the first one, which ran over here. Right there. You can see the tracer sticking out of him. Man, that's so cool when you can see the tracer like that. But here's our big 7. And we connected on a long shot at 79 yards. Almost made a hard shot. 37.14 on that massive gray wolf. We actually took him as he was bedded there at about 80 yards. He had no clue what was even coming until it hit him. Now, it's not exactly the muley that we're looking for. In fact, it's not even a muley at all, but it's a real nice ram that just stepped out here, 50 yards away from us. And since the muley don't decide to want to cooperate, we're going to go for a shot on this ram. Since he's 50 yards, we should probably be able to hold it right on the spine. Actually, better yet, we took a 60, well, roughly 60, and we hope for the heart. So in this case here, I'd say, yeah, we still want to hold for the spine and 0 for 43. That's what we got to do. Perfect shot. Yes, it was. Let's watch him. And he just piled up right there. Very nice. Whoa, just in time. We got bucks coming in. Oh my god, there's our buck. There's our big buck. There's our big buck. Come on, come on, come on. We got one shot. We gotta make it count. We dropped him! We dropped him! What a shot! Well, that was a moment of truth right there. Let's take a look at him, and we got a long shot at 54 yards. 158.64. A very nice shot, and a really good ram as well. 158. I think the last one that we got was like 160. So, still a really, really decent ram. Well, the good thing about this is we don't have to track him because we watched him pile up right over here on the top of this hill. right here. And there he lays. What a cool scenery. Man, look at that. Look at that background. Yep, that was him. Or was it him? It's a great buck. 214. Don't get me wrong, he's got an awesome rack, but that's not the one that we were looking for. Nope. All right, so we found a pretty incredible location here with two absolute monster muley bucks. They're both max weight, but here's the thing. This one's even bigger. The wind is blowing right towards them, so essentially we wouldn't be able to set up a tripod here, or at least not very feasibly. So we're gonna have to sneak up on them and just take them down from right here. There's even another dandy buck there. Holy. So basically what we're gonna do is sneak up on this buck here. Hopefully we can make an awesome shot with the bow, then potentially be able to pull out the 4570 break action pistol and take down the other giant. That's kind of the goal, at least. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but whoa! All these moose just randomly showed up right here and I didn't even see them coming. Okay, so there is our giant buck. Well, there's two of them, but that's not even the giant. However, that's him right there at 75 yards away. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're coming closer, both of them. 50 yards away. And then this one is 60. And that's the one that we're gonna go for. Ah, the wind is horrible. We're gonna have a huge crosswind, but sometimes YOLO. Oh, 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 what a shot! What a shot! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Double up, double up, double up. Oh, doubled up! We drilled him! He's going down! Not that one, of course, but where's the one that we shot? He's piled up already. Let's go get him. Let's go get him. Now we held wide left to compensate for that wind. And I'd say we held just right because he went straight down. What a shot. Doubled up. Woo! Next shot at 63 yards and a 251.42. Wow, that is a beast of a buck. And I think the other one's actually even bigger. I'd say the other one is a 260 buck. This, however, is still an amazing muley. Let's take a look at this one and let's pick it up. It's gonna be a 253. So not a whole lot bigger. I thought he'd be like a 260 plus, but a perfect double lung shot at 50 yards with a 470. Did I say 470? No, I meant the 4570 break action pistol. That's actually some pretty awesome penetration on this buck. I guess he's not wide enough to break that 260 mark. Still, an awesome, awesome muley. And with that, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.